Happy Friday, friends! Today we are going to review text features while reading the story I'm a Caterpillar from our Reading Street curriculum. We're going to be looking for text features while reading this story. We know that good readers look for text features while reading nonfiction text so that they can locate key facts and information in a text quickly. All right, so the title of our story is I'm a Caterpillar. Now, this text is considered literary nonfiction. It means it tells about real people or animals, real places, and true events. So that means that the information that we're going to read about is true. It really happens. It's real life. Okay. So the title is I'm a Caterpillar. And the name of the author is Jean Marzallo. So we know that the author writes the words and the illustrator draws the pictures. And the name of this illustrator is Judith Moffat. Okay, so setting a purpose for reading helps us to think and understand more as we read. So right now I want you to think about, a purpose. Why do you want to read today? Why would you choose to read this story? Maybe you're trying to learn more about the steps of the life cycle of a caterpillar. And we're definitely going to read about that today. And up here, this text box says the genre is literary nonfiction. It is told like a story, but it's about something that really happens. Next, you will read about the life cycle of a caterpillar. Okay, so we know that good readers pay attention to the order or sequence in which things happen in their reading. Today we are going to be looking at the life cycle of a butterfly. So or a caterpillar, same thing. We need to pay close attention to the sequence, which is the order of events, to help us better understand. So we're going to pay attention to the sequence of the steps a caterpillar goes through as it changes. Okay, let's get started. So on this page, I want you to look at the pictures. What two insects do you see? What can you tell about the butterfly and the caterpillar? Where are they? I'm not going to give you the answers. I want you to think and answer these questions yourself. Okay, I also want you to think about what is the boy doing? What is he looking at? What do you think he could be doing? What do you think the boy can learn about the caterpillar and the butterfly just by looking at them? What can he observe? All right, let's go to the next page. Let's start reading. I'm a caterpillar. Munch, crunch. I'm getting bigger. Munch, crunch. Munch, crunch, munch, crunch. That's it. No more food. I'm done. Who is saying I'm a caterpillar? Who's saying that? I want you to think right now or describe to yourself, what does the caterpillar look like? Is this sentence, I'm getting bigger, a fact, or is it an opinion? Why? Why do you think it's a fact or an opinion? Is leaves taste good a fact or an opinion? Now that sentence isn't in the text, but is it a fact or opinion? Leaves taste good. So sometimes authors use words for their sounds. Which words on these pages help you hear the sounds of a caterpillar eating? I'll give you a hint. Munch, crunch, munch, crunch, munch, crunch. Why does the caterpillar stop eating? Why does the caterpillar stop eating? Let's go to the next page. It's time to hang from a stem. I wait and wait and wait. I shiver, I twist, I split my skin. I really, 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 really like the words on these pages because it helps me to kind of visualize what's actually happening in this story. So, where could we find the meaning of the word shiver? If we wanted to figure out what this important word right here, see how it kind of looks different, has that tan box on it, that means it's a vocab word. Where could we figure out, or how could we find the meaning of that word? If you were looking in a dictionary or a glossary, and we know that the words are in alphabetical order, would shiver come before or after caterpillar? Shiver starts with a S. Caterpillar starts with a C. So probably after. Would it come before or after pupa? I'm having some connections with the word pupa because I know a few weeks ago I read to you guys a story about caterpillars, and we did, not caterpillars, butterflies, and we did fact and opinion sort from that story. And in that story, pupa was mentioned. Would the word shiver come before or after tower in a glossary or dictionary? What does the caterpillar do after it hangs from a stem? What does it do? It does several little things. After the caterpillar hangs from a stem, it has to wait before it can split its skin. What clues tell you if it waits for a short time or a long time? I want you to think about this right here. Is that a short time or a long time? What does the picture on page 163, that's this page, help you understand what is happening to the caterpillar? So I like that text feature. That picture gives us a little bit more information, so think about that. Okay, we're going to go to the next page. My old skin falls away. I am soft inside. I am a pupa. Oh my goodness, I'm having so many connections to the book I read to you guys a few weeks ago about butterflies and monarch butterflies. Wow, pupa. I know that word. This is also, we can tell, is an important word because it has that tan around it. Now, I just discovered something that I roll my mouse over, it says glossary item, click to view. So I'm going to do that really quick. Hopefully it won't mess anything up. Oh, cool. Look what it says. It says pupa.
Pupa. The pupa is the form of an insect while it is changing from a worm-like larva into an adult.
Whoa, that's a super cool text feature that I just discovered. I grow a shell to protect the pupa. I am now a chrysalis. Look.
Chrysalis. A caterpillar becomes a chrysalis when it grows a hard shell around itself.
Cool. Next page. I keep changing. Soon I'll come out. What will I be? I can see in there. What do you think it's going to be? Use your background knowledge, your schema. Open up that file in your filing cabinet and see if you can make an inference. What will it be? What is the sequence the caterpillar goes through to become a butterfly? Think back to the pictures to help you remember. What does it start as? What happens next? Then what? And then next, after that. Is the sentence, I am now a chrysalis, a fact or an opinion? How do you know? Why does the chrysalis grow a shell around itself? You need to make inference. Reread the sentence that tells you that. Well, why? It says, I grow a shell to protect the pupa. I am now a chrysalis. So it's protection. Let's go to the next page. A butterfly. Oh, I love this text feature. See how it's like orange and it's bigger? That's just, it's an important part of the story. A butterfly. It's like the big finale. Sometimes it's like the big part of the story. Push, crack, Wow, I'm free. My wings are all wet. And we know what's going to happen next. My wings dry off. They unfold. So look at this butterfly and look at its wings and the colors. And I want you to make an inference about what kind of butterfly this could be. Now you're going to have to use your background knowledge and the information that you see in the text to make this inference. What kind of butterfly is this? Would it be more fun to be a chrysalis or a butterfly? That's a you question, so what do you think? Is your answer a fact or an opinion? Why? The text in the story might make you think being a butterfly is fun. What text makes you think that? Or what part of the text? Let's go to the next page. Fly, fly. Hey, I can fly. Ta-da! I visit flowers. I drink nectar. Yum. My mouth is like a straw. Sip, sip, sip. You notice how these words sip, sip, sip are in like a different font? Like they look different in the words here. I also noticed that with the words munch, crunch, munch. And I believe the author is kind of using that as a text feature to let us know, as the reader, that these words are sound effects, like things you can hear. Sip, 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 munch, crunch, munch. You could hear it. After a butterfly becomes, whoops, sorry friends, I went ahead. Where could we find the meaning of nectar? The word nectar. Where could you find the meaning of the word nectar? You could look. Where could you look? Would nectar come before or after forest in a glossary or dictionary? Well, nectar starts with an N and forest starts with an F. So think about alphabetical order. Would nectar come before or after forest? Would it come before or after squirrel? Squirrel starts with an S and nectar starts with an N. So think about that. Would it come before or after leaves? Leaves starts with an L and nectar starts with an N. So think about alphabetical order or A, B, C order. Would nectar come before or after leaves? Okay, let's look at page 169, which is this page. And what does the caterpillar mean when it says, my mouth is like a straw? That's an example of a simile. My mouth is like a straw. What does the caterpillar mean? Simile is a piece of figurative language. I have a mate. We visit many flowers. We're not afraid of birds. They know that we taste awful. I think I remember reading about that somewhere else, that the colors of their wings let other animals know that they don't taste good. Soon I will lay my eggs. After a butterfly comes out of the chrysalis, what steps does it go through to complete its life cycle? What happens? I want you to think about those steps in your head right now. What happens first, next, then, after that, and last? Why don't birds eat butterflies? So, why don't birds eat butterflies? We're going to go to the next page. The eggs have thin shells. Baby caterpillars crawl out. There is another one of those important words, and I can click on it. It tells me what it means.
Crawl. When you crawl, you move on your hands and knees or with your body close to the ground.
Cool.
Worms, snakes, and lizards crawl.
I like that. Cool. Hi, I'm a caterpillar. Munch, crunch. Oh, there's those words in that funny font again. That makes me think that the author wanted me to know those are sound effects. Look at this page. What will happen to me next? Do you know? Caterpillar, chrysalis, butterfly, eggs. This whole page is an example of a diagram, and it also gives me some labels of the steps of the life cycle of a butterfly. and a butterfly turning into a caterpillar. That is called metamorphosis. And actually, when it changes into something completely different, we call that a complete metamorphosis. So when we read baby caterpillars crawl out, what can we guess about the meaning of crawl? Well, we already looked at the meaning of crawl. Using what you've learned in this selection, tell someone about changes you see in nature. All right, we're going to go. I want you to do that. Talk about changes in nature. And this is like a life cycle, so it's a pattern in nature, and we can see patterns in nature all over. So think about patterns that you know in nature. I bet you could think of a lot. Let's go to the next page, and there's some questions, I think, that we're going to find. Okay, so on this page right here, and I'm going to leave it up for a while, I want you to use these pictures to help you retell this story. So you're going to think about what happens first. And then what happens second. What happens third? What happens fourth? Fifth and sixth. So go ahead and practice retelling the story right now. Okay, here are some questions. I'm going to read you the questions, and I want you to practice answering the questions orally. That means like sharing your answer with someone else, saying your answer out loud. What other animals have you read about that change? Think about that. What other animals have you read about? It could be in our classroom, at your house, at the library, on Epic, anywhere. But what animals have you read about that change? Why do you think the author ends the selection the same way it starts? Oh, I love that question. Why do you think the author ends the selection the same way that it starts? And now, while we're on that, let's think about this. What's the author's purpose for this text? I think that the author wrote this text to give us information. It's informational text about how caterpillars turn into butterflies. Number 3. Name one fact you learned about caterpillars. Think about it right now. What's one fact that you learned about caterpillars? How does the order the author uses to write the selection help you better understand it? Think about it. Okay. And our last question, and it says to look back, but I don't think you need to look back. It says, why aren't the butterflies in this selection afraid of birds? It says, look back at page 170 and take notes. Then use your notes to write about why they aren't afraid of birds. You can just think about that right now in your head. Think about why are the butterflies not afraid of the birds? Okay, and I think that's the end of the book. Let me just make sure. So this page is about the author, and sometimes you'll see that in different books as well. It gives you a little bit more information about the author and maybe their style of writing. This just says captions and pictures. That's a text feature we learned about the other day. A caption tells about the picture. So captions tell about what the picture shows. Captions can be sentences. So see, this is a picture, and then it says the leaves were green. The leaves are new colors. It is fall. These are captions. Let's see on the next page. Okay, here's an example of a diagram with lots of a computer with lots of different labels. All right. Okay. That's the end of our text features I Am a Caterpillar lesson. Thanks for joining.